Welcome to the Palm Pro FOC feature explanation video. We will explain the remote control in three main categories: remote control appearance, display interface and operation, function menu. We got a lot of requests for the remote. It should be safe, lightweight, and usable for both left and right hands. So, Palm was born. It's super compact. Every detail of its thickness and the curve on the back is designed to fit perfectly in your hand, giving you a full and secure grip. The design aims for minimalism. Even the charging port is tucked away. The remote has just two buttons, the power button and the function button. All operations are performed individually or in combination by them. To make operations safer and more intuitive while riding, we didn't want to encourage looking down to find buttons. That's why the two buttons have a super clear tactile difference. The surface of the power button is concave, while the function button is flat. The look is extremely clean. Even the leather cord isn't allowed to have knots. Its anchor point is hidden inside the remote, securely locked in place by the structure. We also used a premium leather cord and a CNC cord lock design, making it not only more secure but also giving it a premium feel. For the display, we went with a higher-grade, shatter-resistant OLED screen. It offers outstanding strength and also lets you see all the information clearly, even in glaring sunlight. Finally, there's this standout CNC throttle wheel. It's nice and wide, designed to fit comfortably in either hand. More importantly, it works with our in-house zero-gap algorithm to turn even the slightest turn of your finger into smooth, precise control. Palm, everything is minimalist for ultimate control. Now, let's look at the main interface. Every part of it is designed to make your ride more intuitive, safer, and more fun. Look at the outermost dynamic halo. It's inspired by racing dashboards. When you accelerate, the color shifts from a light warm tone to a deeper one. When you brake, it instantly changes from blue to red. It uses these color shifts to visually cue that adrenaline rush. Now, look at the number in the top left corner. It shows your current gear. But this isn't just a simple fast or slow setting. Our 4 gears are more like 4 fully customizable riding profiles. Each profile is mainly defined by 3 key settings: top speed, max current, and acceleration curve. This means you can set up each gear with a totally different character. You can assign 1 gear per person, for family or friends, so everyone rides with their own custom setup. Or 1 gear per scenario: commuting, fun rides, off-road. Switch to the perfect mode with a single tap. That's what real personalized control feels like. This number on the top right corner shows your current braking level. This icon shows our unique left and right hand compatible mode. Right now, the icon shows a right hand. Here, turning counterclockwise accelerates and turning clockwise brakes. Just switch to left-hand mode in the settings, and the icon will update. The controls flip accordingly. Clockwise becomes accelerate, and counterclockwise becomes brake. No matter which hand you prefer, it feels intuitive right away. Motion direction. The arrow moves to show you're going forward. Double-tap the function button to switch to reverse mode. It also works as a signal light. Regular flashing indicates a stable signal connection. Speed and brake level. The big number in the middle is your real-time speed. You can switch the unit between kilometers per hour and miles per hour. Battery and info bar. At the bottom, you can clearly see the remaining battery for both your board and the remote. For the last info bar, clicking the power button will cycle through the following information: single trip mileage, total mileage, real-time voltage, etc. The voltage display is super handy for a quick check on your battery's health. The throttle wheel. Once your preferred hand mode, left or right, is set, simply scroll the wheel to linearly control acceleration and braking. Power button. Click. Cycles through the different info displays on the screen. Double-click. Controls your lights. You can set combinations for turning the headlight and ambient lights on and off in the light option settings. Function button. Click. Cycles through the 4 riding modes. Double-click. Switches between forward and reverse direction. Pro tip. While holding the brake, briefly press the power button to quickly cycle through ambient light colors. While holding the brake, briefly press the function button to quickly cycle through different braking force levels. The inspiration for this feature came directly from a dad we met in Las Vegas. He wanted to share the fun of riding with his child, but needed to make sure it was completely safe. That's exactly what this mode is for. So, we developed Safety Mode. How to enter. From the main screen, press the function button 6 times in a row. You'll feel the remote vibrate. This indicates that you have entered safe mode and the mode is locked. When the mode is active, the interface gear will be locked to the current Gear 1 settings. You cannot switch gears with any button or enter settings to change parameters, like speed, acceleration. All configurations are completely locked to prevent any accidental changes. How to exit. Press the function button 6 times in a row again. After the vibration, press and hold the function button to enter settings, and switch the control mode back to normal mode. Now that you know the main screen, let's dive into the richer world of settings. From the main screen, just press and hold the function button on the right. You'll be greeted by 4 core menus: General Settings, Remote Settings, Control Settings, and Light Settings. Let's explore them one by one. The first one is General Settings. These parameters are mostly tied directly to your board's hardware. If you're riding a stock/original board, all these are already preset correctly and usually don't need changing. This section primarily serves riders who are into DIY modifications or deep customization. First off, the most obvious part is the speed unit. You can switch between miles per hour and kilometers per hour. Your pick will show up right below the live speed on the main screen, which is super handy for people in different countries. This is one of the core settings of the motor, and it depends on your motor model. It comes preset from the factory based on your skateboard, so please avoid tweaking it on your own. Changing it could cause issues with your motor. Depending on which motor you have, whether it's an external rotor motor or a hub motor, you'll need to select it here. The controller needs to know the motor type to make sure it's using the right algorithm. This is the gear ratio of the motor. For example, the Endeavor 4 GT has a gear ratio of 4.5. This is the size of the wheel. For example, the wheels on the Endeavor 4 GT are 200 millimeters in diameter. That's an 8-inch tire. These two settings, the gear ratio and the wheel diameter, work together. They're the baseline the controller uses to calculate your speed. It's really important to enter the actual specs of your skateboard here. This is the key to getting an accurate speed readout on your main screen and making sure the speed modes work properly. Motor direction. This is an important safety calibration. If you've done some DIY work and notice that when you push the throttle wheel forward, the board moves backward, or if it accelerates when you brake, you don't need to swap any motor wires. Just flip the motor direction in this setting. It's a quick fix and super easy. Choose the speed mode. This is the most common setup found in most controllers. Basically, you set a speed value and the controller determines the output current. But the controller can't tell if you're going uphill or downhill or how you're riding, so sometimes it might feel a little jumpy or sluggish for a moment. To keep that target speed, the controller will cause the output current to fluctuate continuously, and that can be affected by road conditions. We've smoothed it out a lot, so you might not even notice. But as you go faster, you could still feel a slight delay in how the board responds. To tackle this issue, we introduced Current Mode, a purer, more intuitive way to ride. It's a complete game changer. In this mode, the system stops focusing on holding a certain speed. Instead, your thumb wheel controls the current output directly and linearly. Push the throttle, get instant power. Exactly how much you ask for. Want quick acceleration? Push a bit more. Prefer a smooth, easy cruise? Ease off a little. The power response is uncompromising and totally in your hands. The result is a revolutionary experience. Response is instant, control is direct, and every move of the board does exactly what you expect. If you're after that complete control and connection with your board, Current Mode is the way to go. In general settings, look for Motor Mode. You'll see two options, Hybrid Mode and Full Sensor Mode. Hybrid mode is the traditional approach. It relies on the Hall sensors inside the motor to detect its position, ensuring smooth and linear starts. However, as the board's speed keeps increasing, this traditional method can face challenges at high speeds. At very high RPMs, the Hall signals can become less accurate, which may cause slight hesitation or power bumps, affecting that smooth, seamless feel during high-speed cruising. That's why we introduced the innovative hybrid mode. It's designed in a really smart way. At low speeds, it still uses the reliable full sensor mode to ensure buttery smooth starts. Once you reach a certain speed range, the system seamlessly switches to sensorless operation. This method is more precise and stable at high speed. In short, hybrid mode gives you the best of both worlds. It offers the stable starts of sensor-based control, plus the precision of sensorless operation at high speeds, switching intelligently between them. The result is supremely smooth and connected power delivery, from a standstill all the way to top speed. This feature is designed for riders who want a truly seamless, premium riding experience, with no bumps or hesitation, just pure flow. Next up, a feature that greatly improves both convenience and safety: Smart Reverse. Once enabled, it's incredibly simple and intuitive to use. In any situation, just hold the brake continuously, and the four wheels will automatically spin in reverse, giving you smooth backward movement. First off, it solves a common riding headache, turning around in tight spots. No need to get off the board or double tap to switch directions. Just ease into a three-point turn smoothly and gracefully. It's way more straightforward than any other way. But where it really shines is in its revolutionary approach to slope safety. Traditional braking or hold functions usually require the wheels to be completely still before they lock, which means on a downhill slope, they might not engage in time. Our Smart Reverse is different. Its built-in smart algorithm actively detects when you're on a slope. Note, the Smart Reverse function can only be used in full sensor mode. The drive mode on this remote allows you switch between 2WD, 4WD, FWD, and RWD. It's a versatile feature that works with all kinds of models. This is just a preset option. If your board isn't 4WD, you can skip these settings. The forward percent function is also specifically for 4WD boards. You can ignore this if your board isn't 4WD. The horn is a function reserved for future use. You can turn voltage display on and off. When it's on, the board's voltage will show up in the info bar at the bottom of the main screen as you switch views. It's really helpful for troubleshooting. Next is the fault history list. If your board runs into any problems, you can take a screenshot or report the error codes from here when contacting our customer support. All right, that covers all the basic and general settings. Now, let's move on to the remote settings. Here, you can adjust the remote's own properties to better fit your preference. The Bluetooth icon here is for the Bluetooth function. This is a feature reserved for future use and is not currently active. In display brightness, you can freely adjust the screen brightness based on the lighting around you. Crank it up in bright sunlight to see clearly, or turn it down at night to be easier on your eyes and save some battery. Thanks to the large 950 mAh battery we've included, much larger than the typical 600 to 800 mAh in most remotes, you don't have to keep the brightness low just to save power. The battery life is still long and reliable. Pairing is used to repair the remote with your board. You usually won't need this menu, as we provide a faster way to pair them. Control mode is what we mentioned earlier. It includes normal mode and safe mode. Safe mode is also the parental mode. You can lock into safe mode by pressing the function button 6 times in a row. To unlock, press it 6 times again, then go into this menu and switch back to normal to return to the regular mode. Grip mode allows you to choose between left-handed or right-handed operation. Once selected, the grip icon on the main screen and the steering logic of the wheel, clockwise, counterclockwise for acceleration, shock braking, will switch automatically. There's no need to adjust. You're ready to use it right away. Remote control information allows you to check the remote's version details. Our remote controls and controllers can be upgraded by remotely downloading upgrade packages via an upgrade cable, allowing for the continuous activation or unlocking of more reserved functions in the future. Factory Reset will erase all your personal settings. We recommend not using this function without our guidance. Control settings. Like we mentioned earlier, here you can fully customize 4 riding profiles for yourself or for your friends. Tap into any mode, and you'll be able to define 3 key parameters. Top speed sets the speed limit for that mode. Max current determines the motor's maximum torque output, which directly affects acceleration and hill climbing power. Acceleration curve allows you fine-tune how the acceleration feels. A flatter curve gives smoother, more gradual acceleration. A steeper curve delivers quicker, more responsive pickup. Safety is also customizable. In the braking mode settings, you can adjust the braking strength percentage for each of the 4 levels, like 20%, 50%, 80%, or 100%. Set them based on your weight, road conditions, or just how you prefer the brakes to feel, so you get stopping power that's both precise and comfortable. To sum it up, you're not just picking from a few preset modes, you're creating a mode that's completely your own. Whether you're all about maximizing efficiency, comfortable cruising, or sharing the fun with family, you can find your perfect setup right here. Now let's move to light settings, where you manage your board's visual style and practical lighting, balancing both safety and personal flair. Inside light settings, you'll find 3 menus: light option, light color, and ambient light mode. Under light option, you have 3 choices: front light, ambient light, and all light, which is a really thoughtful design. When riding at night in a well-lit city, you can set it to ambient light only. This lets you show off your style with a cool outline glow without shining the front light directly into the eyes of oncoming people or cars. So you're staying safe and being considerate at the same time. Light color. For the ambient light, we've preset 4 vibrant colors: cyan, red, green, and purple. With the shortcut key, you can switch among them in an instant. Ambient light mode. We offer 3 modes to choose from. Always on mode? Pretty straightforward. The ambient light stays on steadily in your chosen color. Breathing mode. The ambient light gently fades in and out in different colors, creating a calm, rhythmic glow. Marquee mode. The light breathes and smoothly cycles through colors in sequence. In this mode, the remote's color switch shortcut won't be available. Now, you've got a full handle on all the cool features of this remote. From its user-friendly look to the customizable driving profiles, safety-first modes, and your own light setup, it's not just a controller, it's the smart heart of every ride.